Alright, let's continue watching the matches. We're gonna go into the losers bracket, round 1 here. And just to remind you, are the matches that we're gonna watch. And as you can see, the lords who lost the matches in the upper bracket are gonna be facing them in the losers round 2. So let's jump into the matches and see how they go. Let's go into the first match. This is going to be Count Noctilus versus Greasus Goldtooth, the fat leader of the ogres, versus Count Noctilus. Count Noctilus has a lot less health. Again, he's not using his Necrofax mount because that turned out to be quite horrible for him. Both of them are charging into each other. Greasus Goldtooth has a lot of more weapon attack and much nicer damage. But Count Noctilus has regeneration, so I think that's gonna be his secret source. He needs to wait out until Greasus runs out of his buffs. Greasus doesn't have a very good defense, 55 armor, 38 melee defense versus 95 armor and 60 melee defense. So Count Noctilus is in a much better space than Greasus. Greasus though has 65 melee attack, and he has a bonus versus large that is not applicable because Count Noctilus is not large in this particular scenario. So I think the only way Greasus is gonna win this one is if he lands lucky strikes he needs, or if he's gonna use his buffs, which is gonna give him a little bit more damage, but he's not getting more melee attack. So 1900 for Count Noctilus, 1500 for Count Noctilus, 2000 for Greasus. A very close match. First match between these two. Count Noctilus seems to be going down, and yeah, Greasus Goldtooth is gonna take the first match. Let's jump into the second match between these two, Count Noctilus and Greasus Goldtooth. Again, both of them are going to charge into each other. This time Count Noctilus bounces back, but yeah, if Greasus does manage to land his strikes, it's going to be much easier for him. Let's see how this goes. Again, Greasus taking a lot more damage this time. Count Noctilus down to 3000 health, Greasus down to 4300, and it looks like it's going to be a close matchup between these two again. Greasus is down to 3300. 2100 for Noctilus. They're very, very close. It's kind of funny seeing how Greasus is just hitting sideways because he's just too lazy to turn around, as would be my guess, but Count Noctilus is going to take the second one. 1-1 between these two. Let's jump into the final match. Alright, the final match between these two, Count Noctilus versus Greasus Goldtooth. Just to remind you, the one who loses this match is going to fly out of this tournament, so both of them need to be in the best shape in this match. Count Noctilus debuffed by Greasus. Everyone has their prize by minus 24 melee attack. He got bribed by Greasus, and Greasus is just landing strike after strike on Count Noctilus. Count Noctilus, for Count Noctilus, he needs to regenerate this quickly, otherwise that will be over for him. Greasus is down, is up to 6000 health. Count Noctilus is down to, yeah, Count Noctilus is gonna go down, and he's gonna be the first lord to leave this tournament. He did very well in the qualifier, but he's gonna leave us for good. So goodbye, Count Noctilus, and Greasus Goldtooth goes into the next round. Next, we're jumping into a horror movie where Kostaltyn the Redeemer is gonna exercise the Demon Prince of Khorne. Let's compare these two. Kostaltyn has less health, a little bit more melee attack. He has Flaming, which is not useful against the Demon, and he has almost the same weapon strength. But as we know, the secret Kostaltyn has is the bonus that he has. The Demon Prince charges into Kostaltyn. Kostaltyn takes a lot of damage quickly, and let's see if he will be able to beat the Demon Prince of Khorne. He's using the damage to buff up his weapon strength. Yes, the second-hand Skarsbrand did a lot of damage to Kostaltyn, so Kostaltyn needs to stabilize quickly. His buffs are out, so Kostaltyn is right now sitting without any buffs, and he's gonna wait until they come back. He's down to 2300, 1900. Demon Prince, yeah, is also down to half health. Kostaltyn is already wavering by our blood kicked in, and Ursa's ward, which is also gonna heal him quite a bit actually. Kostaltyn is regenerating, if you look at that, 24 health a second. That is a lot compared to the Demon Prince. Let's see if that's gonna be enough for Kostaltyn. He's down to 1100. He's the Cards of Sacrifice, a little bit more melee defense because his melee defense is not good enough. But the Demon Prince is also taking quite a beating in this one. He's down to 1900. Kostaltyn got his buffs back. There is throws better him, and Ursa's ward is still healing him. That is the highest healing rate I think we saw in this tournament. So yeah, it looks like the Demon Prince manages to beat Kostaltyn in the first match, but a very nice performance from Kostaltyn. Let's jump into the next match between these two. Kostaltyn waiting for the Demon Prince to charge in on his very toy-looking legs. Again, I don't take him seriously. He's the Demon Prince. Yeah, Daniel. He's not a very serious lord, I guess. Kostaltyn is down a little bit, but I don't think too much, and he managed to land a few nice strikes on the Demon Prince. This time Kostaltyn is down to 3600, Demon is at 5300. Kostaltyn has the Blaze of Devotion, gives him a little bit more melee attack. Yeah, he's sitting at 75 melee attack, is just a lot, and he has it consistently. So Ursun's Roar kicks in. Kostaltyn is down to 2800 versus 4000 for Demon Prince, 3500. Kostaltyn is down to 1900. Very close match between these two. Let's slow this down. Demon Prince is at 1900. Kostaltyn is 2500, so he is ahead of the battle, the battle demon, the Demon of Chaos. Yeah, they towards battle him, kicking in. So 115 melee attack. He's gonna land those strikes. Of the Demon Prince, Kostaltyn is down to 1200, and now let's look at the generation. 24 health a second versus 900 health versus 800 health. A very, very close match between these two. Kostaltyn really needs this victory if he's gonna go down. He's not gonna go down if he's gonna go into the next round. Demon Prince is down to 4000, he's wavering, and he's gonna lose his leadership buff. Kostaltyn manages to score a very close victory against Daniel. Let's jump into the next and the final match between these two. Again, the Demon Prince is charging into Kostaltyn, and whoever loses this one is going to be out of this tournament. So let's see how they both perform. Kostaltyn taking a little bit damage from the charge, but not too much. He's down to 4700. Kostaltyn is down to half health. He needs to come back in this one. The Demon Prince, though, is also taking some damage, 5300. Kostaltyn is waiting for his buffs to make yeah, it doesn't look like he's taking that much damage. I think he's giving enough for his buffs. The Demon Prince is at 4000, Kostaltyn is down to 2400, 1900 for Kostaltyn. Yeah, the buffs are kicking in, and let's slow this down. Demon Prince is down to 1900, Kostaltyn is at 2200. There's the buff that towards battle him, plus a lot of melee attack. 1400 versus 1100. Yeah, anybody of these two can get into the next round. Kostaltyn just has more buffs. He's holding on for his dear life with Ursun's Ward and towards battling him. But the Demon Prince is also down to 900 health compared to 800 health from Kostaltyn. Very close matchup. Kostaltyn, Demon Prince takes another swing, and he's wavering. His leadership is down. The Demon Prince is gonna go down, and Kostaltyn, out of all lords, is gonna go into the next round, and the second-hand Skarsbrand is gonna leave us. So goodbye, Daniel, and welcome to the next round, Kostaltyn. Let's jump into the next match. This is gonna be Eltharion the Grim versus Queek Headtaker. Queek has not that much health compared to Eltharion, but maybe he can fight on for Skaven as we continue. He's one of the two Skaven remaining, alongside with Thrott the Unclean. Let's see, a quick debuffs to Eltharion to 0 melee defense. Oh no, Eltharion, you need to do something about it, but I think when this debuffs passes, it's going to be a little bit easier for Eltharion. He's down to 2900, 2500 for Queek, so despite a lot of damage, Eltharion just has more health, so I think that's his big advantage. And Queek, yeah, he lost by leadership, look at that. Queek, it was a nice match for Queek, but his leadership wavered first. Let's jump into the second match between these two, as Eltharion is again charging into Queek. Queek can do a lot of damage very quickly. I think that's his big advantage. Eltharion is again down to 0 melee defense. Queek is buffing himself up to 90 melee attack, 70 melee defense. But these buffs are gonna pass, and now the time for Eltharion to make a comeback is there. Queek is down to 1900, and yeah, he just wavers and runs away. Eltharion wins this one 2-0 for Eltharion. Let's jump into the next match. This time, Louen Linker versus Aranessa Saltspite. He's charging into Aranessa. Aranessa has a few buffs, and she has the anti-large bonus, but let's speed this match up a little bit. And as you can see, not really going good for Aranessa. Louen is just regenerating all the damage, and she's losing her ground. Let's see if, yeah, Louen doesn't really need to worry about this one, and it's going to be a 1-0 and then a 2-0, a very easy victory for Louen Linker. Let's jump into the next match. This time is going to be Zhao Ming, who got very unlucky and drew Valkya the Bloody as his opponent in the lower bracket. So he's going to transform into the dragon, and let's compare these two. Let's click on Zhao Ming, and Valkya has less health, but more of everything else. Valkya is going to use her Demon Shield to negate any damage Zhao Ming can do. And let's see how this goes for Zhao Ming. Once the Demon Shield runs out, there we go, it's out, and yeah, looks like he's landing a few nice strikes on Valkya. Valkya is down to 4500. Zhao Ming doesn't have any abilities. I think that might be one of his downfall. He does have the Burning Fan Braces that give him regeneration. Let's find them. There we go. So plus 34% health and 40% damage resistance for 24 seconds. That might be enough against Valkya. Valkya is just fighting like a beast. She won. She got into the elimination tournament and managed to crawl her way into the grand final. And now she is there to to execute her vengeance against other lords. Valkya is using her Demon Shell again to negate the damage. Zhao Ming is going to... he's taking a lot of damage. And looks like Valkya is gonna win the first match. And let's jump into the second match between these two. Alright, second match between these two. Zhao Ming is gonna transform, obviously, because Valkya... yeah, he's not gonna fight Valkya on foot. I don't think that's a good idea. So, both of them are charging into each other. Valkya is using her Demon Shield. Zhao Ming taking a little bit of a beating. Yeah, he's affected by the Scarlet Armor. I don't think that's gonna do anything in this match. No, it doesn't look like. Valkya is also taking a little bit of damage, but yeah, I think she just has more, a little bit better animations, I guess, than Zhao Ming, because the stats-wise, I do apologize. They are very close, but Zhao Ming, yeah, he's taking a beating compared to Valkya. He's down to 3000 health. Valkya is at 4200. Can he make it? Can he make it happen? Valkya is down to 3800. So, well, she's not down, she's at the same level of health. Zhao Ming is down to 2300, so he's taking a lot of damage very quickly from Valkya. Valkya is at 3800. Zhao Ming, there we go. The Burning Fan Braces healed him up a little bit. But again, they're at the same health percentage-wise. And Valkya... oh, there we go. He is landing a very few nice strikes on Valkya. Zhao Ming is at 2300. Valkya is down to 2000 health. She has a lot of leadership, though. Both of them have a lot of leadership, so I don't think any of them are going on a waiver. Valkya is down to 1500. Zhao Ming might be able to take the second match, but there we go. Valkya lands another nice strike on Zhao Ming. He's wounded, and Valkya is not wounded, yeah, so I think that might be an advantage. So wound is a lot of my huge debuff on weapon damage. Valkya is still not wounded, so she has a frenzy, and Zhao Ming is down to 1000 health. He's gonna waver and he's gonna surrender in this match, and Valkya is gonna win this one. Yeah, 2-0 for Valkya the Bloody. Let's jump into the next one. This time it's going to be Cylostra Daemon versus Ungrim Iron Fist. Ungrim Iron Fist has bonus versus large. He has huge amounts of weapon damage, and should be an easy victory for him, so let's see how that goes. There we go. Ungrim Iron Fist is buffing himself up to 1000 weapon damage. And he's getting debuffed actually quite a bit. Just 26 melee defense, 41 melee attack. That is... that's why it's the Song of Enthrallment. This is gonna go out quickly, and let's see if he's gonna do any better. He has 1000 weapon damage. Will he land the strikes on Cylostra? Because right now he's not really doing that. Cylostra is 4900. Ungrim is down to 3700, but he is unbreakable, so I think that might be his advantage. And yeah, I don't think he is gonna have any problems with this one. He's at half health. Cylostra is down to 2700, 29. Yeah, it's a surprisingly close matchup, but he's gonna take the first and the second one. 2-0 for Ungrim Iron Fist. Let's jump into the next match. Elspeth von Draken versus Belegar Ironhammer. He's gonna have expert charge defense, right? Yeah, he does. So he stands there and waits for Elspeth, and let's see how this one goes. He's using the Mighty Old Stone. He has a lot of buffs. Let's look at that. Elspeth has she has one of the buffs, the Dark Walker, which gives you 40% physical resistance, and she has Living Darkness as well, so that's an augment that she has, so very nice. 50% physical resistance, not bad. And she also has one of the abilities that pretty much drains, leeches health from her opponent and into her, so she's at 7300. Belegar is at 5300. He has the Hammer of Engrant, which gives him a very nice +8 melee attack, a little bit more damage. If he has more than 50% leadership, and I think he's gonna have that for the match. He's taking a bit of a damage, but Elspeth, so does Elspeth, and Belegar he has much better stats than Elspeth. She's using again the Drain ability on him, so she's healing up a little bit, as you can see. She's at 5000 health. Belegar is at 2800, so yeah, percentage-wise, I would say they're very close. I think Belegar is letting a few more strikes, 2800 versus 4200. Yeah, he needs to close this match quickly, I think. He's getting debuffed by Elspeth, and let's slow this down. So Belegar is still sitting at 68 melee attack, 84 melee defense, 100 weapon strength. These are huge stats. The mighty old stones giving him a lot of melee defense. Elspeth from Draken, yeah, she has 10% physical resistance, but nothing else beyond that. So looks like Belegar is he gonna, well, how to say, 3,000 health versus 2,000 health. So a close match. Maybe some of them are going to waver. Let's slow this down. Elspeth is down to 1,700. Belegar is 2,100. So Belegar managed to get ahead in this matchup. And Elspeth is just knocking him around a little bit. That's not going to help her. 1,500 though versus 1,700. Very, very close match. Belegar again is using his mighty old stone to negate a little bit of the damage from Elspeth, and Elspeth is out of her healing ability. So again, she's managed to miss a few strikes, and she takes a few strikes from Belegar. So it's down to 8,500. And let's see if any of them are gonna land the few last necessary strikes to win this matchup. 1,200 for Belegar. Elspeth is down to 600. 1,200. Yeah, and she's gonna waver. Very close victory for Belegar. Let's jump into the second match between these two. Belegar is just gonna move a little bit away from the water, because water is not nice for small infantry. And let's see how this one goes. Yeah, it's a very long match where both of them are just slowly chipping at each other's health. There are no quick resolutions in this one. It's 2 minutes, and as you can see, both of them are approximately at the same level of health. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit and see maybe if they can stabilize it a little bit later as the match goes on. So let's it's already almost 5 minutes into the match, so Elspeth is down to 2,200. This time Belegar is at 3,400. Belegar is doing much better in the second match between these two. I'm not sure why, but yeah, his huge stats should account for that. He should be able to be landing a lot more strikes against Elspeth. He's down to 2,200. Belegar took a few nasty strikes himself, so he's down to 1,600. Elspeth is still at 1,900, and look at that, Elspeth is making a comeback in this match. Belegar is down to 1,300. He really needs to land the strikes right now. Elspeth should be out of her abilities. Dark Worker, yeah, 40% physical resistance. And does that help, I guess, Belegar? Yes, it does, because Belegar doesn't have magical attacks. So 1,400 versus 1,300, yeah, both of them are at the same health levels. So it's a question of who's gonna land the strikes. 50 melee attack, 44 melee defense versus, well, 60 and 60. I think Belegar should be able to come on top, but he would be anyone's guess at this point, because as we saw in the winner's bracket, and she is gonna waver. Why are you wavering? You could still win this match, but Elspeth is gonna waver, and Belegar is gonna take a 2-0 victory. Let's look at the last Skaven representative versus the last Tomb King representative. High Queen Khaleda versus Thrott the Unclean, riding the Brute Horror. Comparing the stats, very close health, melee attack, melee defense, yeah, they're very close. Just Thrott the Unclean has a lot less armor than High Queen Khaleda. High Queen Khaleda is getting poisoned, but she's also poisoning Thrott the Unclean, so both of them are poisoned. Thrott is getting a very nice plus 16 anti-lich bonus, and he's remolded because he's from Clan Molder. He's getting 84 melee attack, 50 melee defense, very nice buffs. When Khaleda, she has the Tomb Strike, so a little bit more melee attack, and the Blessing of Asaf, which is completely useless. I'm not sure, she's just such a weirdly designed lord, but let's see if she can make a comeback. Thrott is regenerating, Khaleda is not, so she's down to 3,600. Thrott is at 5,400, 5,100, and it looks like the Khaleda is she's landing the strikes. She's landing a lot of strikes on Thrott. Let's look at that. Maybe it's because she's riding a Necrosub, and then as a snake, he just has very nice stingy animations. Let's look at that, 3,700 versus 1,300. She's just, yeah, dodging and landing a lot of strikes on Thrott. Thrott is down to 3,100 versus 2,700. He's affected by the curse, which happens if Khaleda goes down below 50% health. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of 1,500 damage, I guess. So Thrott is down to 2,200 versus 2,700 for Khaleda. Thrott has the Ender-Lich Bone, and he has a regeneration. Well, both of them are poisoning each other, but it looks like Thrott is gonna waver in this one, and he is gonna, is he? 1,800, 1,900 versus 2,500. Yeah, he is not letting the strikes. He's gonna lose this one. 1-0 for Queen Khaleda. And let's look at the second match between these two, as again, both of them are charging into each other. Both of them are poisoning. Thrott is using his buffs to get a slight advantage over Queen Khaleda. She's down to 4,800. Thrott is almost at full health, so maybe he'll be able to take this second match Khaleda is though landing strike on the Thrott, and the Thrott doesn't have that much health regeneration, just 6 health per second, so that's not a lot. Thrott is down to 3500, Khaleda is at almost at half health, so they're very equally matched. Thrott is getting poisoned, and Khaleda is just dodging his attacks for some reason. She's just, yeah, there's the curse going on Thrott, the Unclean, a lot of damage from Khaleda. Thrott is down to 2600 versus 2700 for Khaleda, but look at the leadership difference. Khaleda is at 87 leadership, 60 leadership. Thrott is at 44 leadership, so he might be the one to favorite this match. 1900 versus 1600, a very close match between these two, but Khaleda is again landing a very good strike on Thrott. I think one more strike from Khaleda, 1600 versus 1500. Is Thrott gonna be able to win this one? Yeah, he is regenerating quite a bit back. So he's 1400, 1200. No, Khaleda is landing very nice strikes on Thrott, and it's gonna be a 2-0. A very surprising 2-0 for Khaleda and the Tomb Kings. And let's jump into the match you've been all waiting for. Franz, the leader of mankind, versus Crone Hellebron, the, well, the current menace in this guy as well, apart from Karl, who is fighting in the upper bracket. Let's look at them as they charge each other. Khaleda bossing himself up to 1000 melee attack, 94 weapon strength. She's poisoning Franz. Franz has Rifle and Runefang, so he also has very nice stats, 100 armor, and I think, look at that, how much damage Franz is taking. He's down almost to 0 in the first seconds. Crone Hellebron, yeah, she just has too much damage, has the anti-lash bonus. Franz down to 1800, and this is just not the first minute of the matchup. Crone Hellebron though took also a lot of damage. She's down to 2700, but Franz, he's gonna waver, he's gonna lose the first match between these two. Let's jump into the second match between these two again. Crone Hellebron is charging into Franz. Looks like she just doesn't do that much damage this time. Franz is down to 4600. Crone Hellebron is at 3800 health. She took very nice strike from Franz, who has 80 melee attack. So Franz is also, if you thought Crone Hellebron has a huge advantage, no, really. Both of them have almost no melee defense, 38 versus 43, and Franz has much nicer stats. So Crone Hellebron ran out of her buffs. Franz still has a little bit of Galmares, which is giving him a nice lash bonus, and hold the line, +5 melee defense. Crone Hellebron is down to 1700, your leadership is already wavering. Franz is at 3500, so I think it's going to be should be an easier matchup for Franz, and yeah, he wins this one. 1-1 between these two, and let's jump into the final to see who is going to win. Alright, this is it, the final match between Franz and Crone Hellebron. Franz is, well, he's not the last representative of mankind, because we still have Boris Stormbringer, who is doing a little bit better than Franz. Crone Hellebron is gonna take a bit of damage. Initially, she buffs herself up to insane stats. And Franz, let's look at 4200 versus 5400, 4500. Look at that, 1000 damage, and also almost one strike. Another 1000 damage, 3700 for Franz. Crone Hellebron is down to 3700, so it's going to be a question of who's going to land the better strikes. 2800 for Franz, 2000 for Franz. Look at that, he's taking so much damage. I think it's going to be one more strike. Franz is going to lose it, so he needs to stabilize quickly. Though he lands a very nice strike of Crone Hellebron, 1400 versus 2600. Franz really needs to land the last 2 strikes. 2100, there we go. A very nice strike, but he misses one. He has minus 26 leadership. Is that going to be enough for Crone? Yes, it is. Franz, the Emperor of Mankind, is going to go down, but in a very spectacular fashion. I think that is well deserving of Franz, and Crone Hellebron is going to go into the next round. Next we have Azhag the Slaughterer versus Throgg. Let's compare the competitors. Azhag versus Throgg. Throgg has more health. Well, melee attack, melee defense are always the same. And let's look how this one goes. Azhag charges into Throgg, and he does a bit of damage to Throgg, but Throgg is regenerating at very nice 8 health per second. And yeah, looks like Azhag is, yeah, 2900 versus almost full health for Throgg. Yeah, I don't think Azhag is going to be a match for Throgg. It's going to be very easy, 1-0 and then a 2-0 for Throgg. Let's jump into the next match, and there's the second representative of Norska, Wulfrik the Wanderer, with his 1400 health. He's gonna find Mannfred for Karsterin. Mannfred has less health. He does have regeneration though, 46 melee attack, 46 melee defense, but Mannfred doesn't have any abilities, so I think that might be his downfall in this one. Let's look how this goes. Wulfrik is still at 1100 health. He's landing a few very nice strikes on Mannfred. Wulfrik doesn't have any buffs on his Mammoth right now, where he has, I think, one of the buffs. Yeah, he has Rage, which gives him more melee attack. Very nice on his Mammoth. And Mannfred is down to 400, he just doesn't really have much he can do against Wulfrik. Plus 34 melee attack for Wulfrik. Wulfrik is at 8,000 health. Mannfred is down to 2,300, so he brought Wulfrik down to half health, but he goes down. It's going to be a very easy 1-0, and then 2-0 for Wulfrik, who's going to go just as Throgg into the next round. And following the tradition, we look at another representative of the vampire counts, the Red Duke this time. And he has Frenzy, he has 54 melee attack, 54 melee defense. Azazel, much better melee stats, very little armor. He's using the Demon Blade to give him more weapon damage. And Temptator, which gives him a little bit of a ward save. So let's look at the Red Duke. He has the Potion of Strength. He has 800 damage, very nice. What else does he have? The Foe Seeker. Domineering Aura, it's not going to be affecting him. And he is going to be regenerating during this match. Azazel takes a lot of swings though. The Demon Blade is nice, but he has the Swollen Flies, giving him a little bit less melee attack. So let's look at these two. The Red Duke is down to 3,500. Azazel, this is down to 2,300. So I think that might be the problem with Azazel. He is just not doing the damage quick enough. The Red Duke took a lot of damage though quickly. But Azazel needs to do it even quicker if he is to win in this match. 2,700 for the Red Duke, 1,800 for Azazel, 1,400 for Azazel. He took a very nice swing, but there we go. The Red Duke is wavering, -3 leadership, -6. Is it going to be the end? But Azazel is also very low at 600 health. And there we go, the Red Duke managed to stabilize, and Azazel is gonna go down, he's gonna waver. 1-0 for the Red Duke, and let's jump into the second match between these two. Alright, the second match, both the participants are charging into each other again. The Azazel is trying to use the Temptator to negate his very, very low armor, but looks like a very bad start for Azazel. He takes a lot of damage for some reason this time from the Red Duke, who has, I think, a much better no, they both have terrible charge bonuses. But the Red Duke, yeah, there we go. Azazel is slowly starting to equalize this match. 500 for Red Duke, 3,200 for Azazel. But he really needs to do the damage quick. He has no regeneration, he doesn't have anything else going on for him. 4,700 for the Red Duke. Let's look at the regeneration rate for the Red Duke. 7 health a second, not too bad. Not the highest we've seen so far. The highest was Kostaltyn. But looks like Red Duke is gonna land a few nasty strikes on Azazel. And Azazel, yeah, this is it. The moment of truth is Azazel is gonna land a few strikes. No, he's wavering. I think he's gonna go down. -55% leadership. Azazel goes down 2-0 for Red Duke. Let's jump into the next one. Following the tradition, again, representing Slaanesh, I guess, Sigvald the Magnificent is gonna fight Malekith, who's gonna charge into Sigvald. Sigvald has very nice stats, not a lot of armor-piercing damage, but let's look at that. He has armor sundering, so not too bad. Malekith does a lot of damage quickly to Sigvald, but Sigvald has Silver Slash. He buffs himself up to 1,000 weapon strength, 70 melee attack, 84 melee defense, 100 armor, and he has regeneration. And let's see if Malekith is going to be able to push through that. 10 health a second, very nice regeneration, and Malekith doesn't really have much going on for him. Yeah, he's affected by the, what is that, the Paragon of Excess, -5 melee attack. Looks like Sigvald, yeah, he's just hanging on at the same level of health. He's not really doing much Mortal Blow to do a little bit more damage. So 6,000 for Malekith. 40, yeah, Sigvald is not just taking any damage, I think he's regenerating actually back. 4,400 versus 4,900, 4,500 versus 4,200, 4,600 versus 3,900, 47, yeah, he's just gonna regenerate to full from Malekith, who's just not landing any strikes against Sigvald, and it's gonna be a 1-0 and then an easy 2-0 for Sigvald in this one. Let's jump into actually the weirdest matchup in this bracket, and you'll see soon why. Eltharion, the Everwatcher versus Throgg Iron Brow. Like, stats-wise, I think Eltharion is a little bit ahead, so not really much of a difference, but he's gonna charge into Throgg, and watch Eltharion's barrier, right? So he has 800 barrier. Watch this. So we're 1 minute into the match, 2 minutes, and Throgg is just not landing a single strike for some reason on Eltharion. I'm not sure why. Maybe Eltharion is just knocking him down consistently. With he is like, you see, he goes down, he back a little bit, and then he goes back a little bit, and I'm not sure why. He's trying to land a strike here, but yeah, for some reason he's just not landing a single strike on Eltharion, and Eltharion, through sheer willpower and determination, just a lot of time, He's pummeling down Thorek and just not taking a single strike. I'm not sure what's happening. I tried to do it, maybe a rematch or something, but yeah, Thorek just couldn't land a single strike for some reason on Sir Thoriel. So yes, it's gonna be after 6 minutes and maybe a few more 1-0 and then 2-0 for Sir Thoriel, who for some reason doesn't take a single hit in this matchup. Let's jump into actually the weirdest matchup in this bracket, and you'll see soon why. Thoriel, the Everwatcher versus Throgg Iron Brow. Like, stats-wise, I think Thoriel is a little bit ahead, so not really much of a difference. But he's gonna charge into Throgg, and watch Sir Thoriel's barrier, right? So he has 800 barrier. Watch this. So we're 1 minute into the match, 2 minutes, and Throgg is just not landing a single strike for some reason on Sir Thoriel. I'm not sure why. Maybe Sir Thoriel is just knocking him down consistently. With his, like, you see, he goes down, back a little bit, and then he goes back a little bit, and I'm not sure why. He's trying to land a strike here, but yeah, for some reason he's just not landing a single strike on Sir Thoriel, and Sir Thoriel, through sheer willpower and determination, just a lot of time, is pummeling down Thorek and just not taking a single strike. I'm not sure what's happening. I tried to do it, maybe a rematch or something, but yeah, Thorek just couldn't land a single strike for some reason on Sir Thoriel. So yes, it's gonna be after 6 minutes and maybe a few more 1-0 and then 2-0 for Sir Thoriel, who for some reason doesn't take a single hit in this matchup. Next we have Isabella von Carsterin versus the Sisters of Twilight. They're gonna charge into Isabella, who has a little bit better health, better stats, but less health. Sisters of Twilight, of course, are cheating and shooting. There's no way to turn this off, so they're gonna charge into Isabella and let the battle begin. Isabella has well, the Sisters of Twilight have 20 physical resistance, so that might be nice. Isabella is taking a lot of damage very quickly. She is poisoned and sundered, but she has the hunger and she has one of her abilities to regenerate her health back. There we go, the Blood Chalice. Let's slow this down. I'm gonna show you the Blood Chalice. So 1.6 health per second, that is a huge 80 health per second. That's one of the best regeneration abilities in the game. And Red Fury to do a little bit more damage to Sisters of Twilight. And Isabella is back to full health. Sisters of Twilight, they are poisoned, they are slowly taking damage from Isabella. Isabella is still almost at full health. And Sisters of Twilight down to 5,200. So I think the only way they're gonna win this if Isabella is gonna reach her healing cap, because she's sitting at full health and she has the second use of the ability I just showed you. The Sisters of Twilight don't have anything else, they just have the Dragon, and this is the only advantage they have over Isabella. She's still regenerating. She has the Red Fury again, and there we go, she's almost back at full health. The Sisters of Twilight are not doing too well, but Isabella finally reaches her regeneration cap at 4,500 health. Sisters of Twilight are down to 2,700, so and they're not as good as fighters. They have armor piercing damage, which is better than Isabella, but they have worse melee attack, melee defense, and 2,800 versus 2,200. Somewhat close, but I think Isabella is gonna win this one. 2,400 versus 1,000. Yeah, Isabella's gonna take this, and the next match is gonna be a 2-0 for Isabella. And let's look at the last match in the losers bracket: Repans de Lyonesse versus Kazrak the One Eye. Both of them are charging into each other. Both of them have bonus versus small, which is pointless. Kazrak has more health, but Repans might be a little bit of a better fighter. She has this Sword of Lyonesse, which gives him a very nice stats, and she has the Blessing of the Lady, 15% ward save. Kazrak, I don't remember what he has. He has the Dark Mail, which is 20% ward save, 30 armor, so very nice. But it looks like he's gonna take a lot more damage than Repans. He's down to almost half health. Repans took almost nothing from his charge on the Razorgore Chariot. Kazrak needs something else. Prime Fury, which is still working for him, and Apocalyptic Vision. There we go, another one of his buffs, and Deadly Onslaught, so just a little bit more damage, but nothing defensive. Repans is gonna take this one, 1-0 for Repans. Let's jump into the second match, as Kazrak is gonna be trying a different tactic this one. He's gonna go on foot versus Repans. He has very nice stats on foot, 65, almost the same amount of health, 65 melee attack, 52 melee defense, 490 weapon strength against Repans. She has a decent amount of armor, so let's see how this one goes. And looks like Kazrak, his tactics is actually paying off. They're just running circles around each other, but there we go. They meet each other, and Kazrak seems to be doing a lot better in the first match. 3,600 versus 2,800. He seems to be landing the strikes that he needs to. Now, well, they are almost equal, but let's see who is going to come on top. We already know their stats. Kazrak is at 2500, Rapunz is at 1100. Looks like Kazrak is gonna win this second match by dismounting. So one of the times when this actually pays off. 1-1 between these two, and let's jump into the final one. Alright, this is it, the final match, and look at that, Rapunz is also dismounted this time. Both of them are dismounted to maybe gain some advantage. Kazrak has just much better stats all around, but Rapunz really needs to get this victory, so maybe being on foot is gonna help her. Let's watch this matchup. Rapunz is down to 1800 versus 3000 for Kazrak. I don't think that's gonna be the case for her. 2200 versus 800. Very close, but she doesn't manage to win this one. It's gonna be 2-1 for Kazrak. Alright, these were all the matches in the losers bracket round 1, so you can see here are the brackets for round 2. Gorok versus Greasus Goldtooth. Probably Gorok, I think, is gonna win this one. He is a very good fighter. Thorgrim Grudgebearer versus Kostaltyn. Again, could go either way, I'm not sure. Boris Todbringer versus Eltharion the Graham. My bet is on Boris because he has a regeneration. Albrecht versus Louen Linkor. Probably Louen. Battle of Britannia would be interesting to see. Nakai the Wanderer versus Valkya the Bloody, that's going to be very interesting. I think Valkya is going to take this one, should take this one. Taurux versus Ungrim Iron Fist, I think they, I need to check it, but I think they fought in the same group, so kind of unlucky for both of them. Both of them are very good fighters, but they'll have to fight each other. Then we got Boris Ursus versus Belegar, and I think Boris might take this one. Drados Ashen versus High Queen Khaleda. High Queen Khaleda, I don't think doesn't stand a chance in this matchup. Loki Felhat versus Crone Hellebron. Could go either way. Probably Crone Hellebron, but hard to say. Epidemius versus Throgg. I don't think Throgg is going to lose that. Alistair the White Lion versus Wulfrik the Wanderer. Probably Wulfrik. Nakari versus Red Duke. Another interesting match. I think Nakari should take this one. He's still a very good lord. Orion versus Sigvald the Magnificent. That's interesting because Sigvald has a lot of regeneration. So does Orion, but Orion doesn't do that much damage, so I think Sigvald might win this one. Miao Ying versus Sir Thoriel the Everwatcher. I really want Miao Ying to win because I hate saying Sir Thoriel. Sir Thoriel is just a stupid name and I just want him out of the tournament. Yuan Bo versus Isabella Karsterin, which we need to fix to Fawn Karstein, as she should be a easy victory for you on both, I think. And finally, Grom Brindle versus Kazrak. I don't think Kazrak stands any chance. Anyway, these were all the matches for round 1. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!